Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a pickup video. As you know, I tend to do a pickup videos sort of like a couple of times a month where I go through all the sort of pickups that I have in a certain month. So we are now in June. I'm going to go through what I've got in June so far this month. Obviously I might do one a little bit later in the month if I do pick up anything else. I don't really have any plans of picking anything else up. Got a few things on pre-order, second sight, but obviously they're a little bit way off, so they won't be in this one. But I'm going to go through what I have picked up. Some of this you may have already seen, because some of it would have been from the HorrorCon, which I picked up a few things. I did a HorrorCon video with the pickups in there. Now if you've seen that, you will see some of these, but if you haven't, I will go through it again what I have picked up. Obviously, as you know, I got a gift from my lad. I got a Switch, a Nintendo Switch, so that's really cool. So I won't go into that because I gave it its own video. Right, so I picked up a great Blu-ray set from Severin, which I'm really chuffed to get because it's one of my favourite alternative comedy series from the 1980s, and is the Comic Strip Presents. Fantastic show, really cool. Obviously the Comic Strip were a group of comedians from the that era: Peter Richardson, Dawn French, Adrian Edmondson, Rick Mayall, Nigel Planner, Daniel Peacock, just to name but a few in the Comic Strip. Alexis Sale, you know, it's all those sort of alternative comedians from the sort of 80s, and they made series, and these are like kind of episodic sort of like episodes, each individual from all sorts of things. They'd sort of done take, not Mickey takes, but sort of take off of sort of certain things like gangster films, or British dramas, or the Famous Five, or heavy metal bands and stuff like that, and they made like a whole 3 series out of it. And this Blu-ray contains all of the series. The only thing it doesn't contain really is the movie. They did do a movie in the cinema called Supergrass, which isn't in this set, which is a shame. That would have been really cool to have had that in there. But it does have Jolly, Mr. Jolly Lives Next Door, and it has the 2 Bad News episodes on there, so it's really cool. So glad to have this in my collection. Really cool, amazing. A lot of them went on to be really famous. Rick Mayall, Adrian Emerson, Nigel Planner went on to be the young ones. Dawn French, Jennifer Saunders went and did French and Saunders. Alexis Sale did his own things, and so they all went on to become really famous comedians. But before that, they were all clubbed together in this kind of ensemblage of comedians, if you like, and it is the Comic Strip Presents. Really cool, glad to pick that up. I did show this. I picked this up about a week or so ago. You may remember not so long ago I did a closer look at a book, Tarzan on film, but they re-released Greystoke at the same time, The Legend of Tarzan, Lord of the Apes. They have finally re-released this onto Blu-ray, so I managed to pick that up, which is really cool. I will bring it to my channel. Right, next up is a Video Nasty from one of the 72, I believe, of the sort of like prosecutable sort of Video Nasties that I picked up, called Evil Speaks. It's been on my radar for a couple of years. I just haven't picked it up because it's always been stupidly priced, but for some bizarre reason it's been out a little. I've picked it up at a lower price, like about £14, which is a lot lower. It's normally been like about 20-25, and I just don't want to pay that for just a standard old Blu-ray. But yeah, I managed to pick that up to add to my Video Nasty. A new release this month from Visions Home Videos was Slither. It's like an early 2000s sort of monster creature feature, if you will. Cool sort of film. I loved it when it came out. It's a bit of a black comedy, but I absolutely loved it. I thought it was an amazing film, and I'm so glad to have picked that up as well. Give me 1 minute, guys. I just remembered there's one film I haven't got here. I've just seen it staring at me. Oh. organised as ever, Joff. Yeah, so yeah, picked that up, really cool. Also new release this month was Scream 7. I had it filed in my Blu-rays because I watched it the other night, and I've done a review which I think is already up on my channel. So yeah, I managed to pick that up. The 7th in the series, which sort of makes the 6th one a bit obsolete because it doesn't continue on from the 6th one. There's loads of sort of like production problems with that, with this, so they sort of reverted to some of the old cast, and it was really good. I really enjoyed it. If you took the old cast out of it, I think it'd be even better film, but it was okay. It was fun. So I picked up Scream 7. Picked up another new release from Studio Canal on their cult classic label, a Sean Cunningham fan, who's the director of Friday the 13th, and it is a Deep Star 6, is it? Yeah, Deep Star 6, which is another sort of creature feature, but under the sea, I believe. I've never seen this before, but when I saw it getting a release, I was really, I just, it's something I really need to get from my collection because it's something I haven't seen and I always wanted to see. And so now it's got a nice sort of Blu-ray release with a nice slipcase. I thought, yeah, do you know what, I'm going to grab that. So Deep Star 6, I managed to pick that up. Now the next few are from the HorrorCon, which I've got God Told Me To on Blue Thunder 4K. And I've had a look, and it isn't one of the 72 video nasties, but it might be in one of the other sections of the video nasties. Not quite sure. I know it had a little controversial stuff going on because it was based around sort of like religion, God telling these people to kill people. So yeah, it did hit a few controversial sort of things going on. Yeah, and it's a really cool film, and I managed to pick that up from the HorrorCon. And I picked up a video nasty to continue with my cannibal journey, and it's The Last Cannibal World. Diodora's follow up, if you will, to Cannibal Holocaust. I'm not sure it's supposed to be a follow-up, but yeah, really glad to get that and put that into my collection. Picked up one of my favourite zombie films. So chuffed, wasn't I? If you saw my HorrorCon video, you see how chuffed I was to get this one. It's The Living Dead at Manchester Morgue on Blu-ray. I've only ever had the DVD, which I have now passed on to the lad. Amazing zombie film, really cool, very 70s, very retro, Spanish horror film, but filmed in Britain. We're in British language. It is a really cool horror film, amazing. I picked up another creature feature from the 80s, The Amazing Kindred, on Synapse Films, really cool. I remember seeing this back in the 80s and loving it. I thought it was really creepy. I'm going to do a monster week, so keep your eyes out for that. I'm going to do some of the films that are in this set, and this one might well be one of them. It might not, but it might well be. I picked up a David Winters film with Joe Spinell and Caroline Munro, The Last Horror Film. Again, it's a sort of one that every horror fan's supposed to own, and I didn't. And when I saw it there, I just thought, now's my time to grab it. I believe this is out in the UK on like 101 Films or something like that, but I wanted this version because I really liked it. This released by Trauma Films, really cool. And the last one from HorrorCon was another killer animal or creature feature, or monster feature, if you will, Grizzly. Really cool, looking forward to seeing it. Obviously about this bear. I think this sort of came out on the back when these sort of films were really popular. Sort of killer animals, Piranha, all these sort of things, Prophecy, Jaws, you know, that kind of thing. So it's that going to be along that sort of line. So quite looking forward to seeing that. As I told you, but my lad bought me or gave me a Nintendo Switch. I picked up a second-hand game from eBay called Super Mario RPG, which has arrived today, which is really cool. Looking forward to seeing it. It's so weird seeing the tiny little thing, but I'm so glad they've done it like this. You know, not like a code or nothing. I do like having the physical item when I pay my money. So I've managed to finally get a game to try out my Switch. And last but not least, from Film Treasures, I got a collector's edition, a very limited edition, only 5,000 copies worldwide, of released on Simpsons Films, and it's the Deadly Spawn collector's edition 4K, which again, this has only ever been released on DVD here. If you want this, you've got to get it on import, and you've got to make sure certain things. This one though is region free. So it's a region free. It's got a 4K and Blu-ray, and both are region free. I will give this its own, I will review it, and I will give it an unboxing in that review. So that's cool. So they've been my pickups so far this month. So really cool. Really happy for those. Next weekend I'm going down to see the lad, because I've got a few days off. I know he's been up here, but I miss him like crazy when we're apart. So I'm going to go back down and see him. I'm not going to be able to pick up too much because money's getting a little bit tight now, because obviously I've got quite a few things here. Like I said, we went a bit crazy over HorrorCon, and we went to the cinema twice last week. We saw Masters of the Universe, and we saw Backrooms. So we went to see a couple of movies at the cinema. So it was quite an expensive week, but it was an amazing week. Sometimes you just got to do that, haven't you? So massive shout out to my lad. See you soon, guys.